Good morning, students. This is your Maths 1 online teaching session. Let us continue with our second chapter, that is real numbers. But before we do that, let us quickly recap of what we have already learned in the previous session. First is, if the product of two surds is a rational number, each surd is called as a rationalizing factor of the other surd. Now, I hope you know what is the meaning of the word rationalizing factor. We have solved sums based on this in the previous session. So, if I want to give you an example, root 5. Yes, what should be the rationalizing factor of it? Root 5 again. Why? Because the product of those two surds will give me a rational number. Root 5 into root 5 is what? Square root of 25, which is 5. A rational number. Then each surd is called as a rationalizing factor of the other. I hope you recollected what we have done in the previous session. Yes, we have also learned about something called binomial surd. Now, do you remember what is binomial surd? That when there are two surds which are separated by plus or minus sign. Yes, it can be a whole number also, it can be a surd also. They are called as binomial surds. So, what we have learned about them? We have learned the product of two binomial surds. I have just given you an example here. Root 7 minus root 5 and root 7 plus root 5 is a rational number. Hence, they are called as conjugate pairs of each other. Now, this is what I have explained you in the previous session. Conjugate pair means what? That exactly the same number, see root 7, root 5 and root 5, but with the opposite sign. If minus is given, its conjugate pair will be plus. And if plus is given, its conjugate pair will be minus. Okay. So, till here we have finished in the previous sessions. Today, with the help of this knowledge, we are going to start with practice set 2.4, that is question number 2. Rationalize the denominator. What is the difference between this and the previous sums which we have done in the previous slide? It was having only one term in the denominator. Now it is a binomial surd. Yes or no? Now how to rationalize that denominator, that we are going to learn. Let's see. 1 upon root 7 plus root 2. Now this is a question. Just now I have told you, if it is a binomial surd, it can be rationalized if I multiply this binomial surd in the denominator with its conjugate pair. Yes? Now what is the conjugate of this? Root 7 plus root 2. Conjugate should be exactly the same number, root 7 and root 2, but now it was plus that was given, so this will be with a minus sign. Yes? So our first step is, we are not changing any value. Why? Because we are multiplying both numerator and denominator with the conjugate pair. Yes, I am rationalizing the denominator. So what I am doing as my first step, I am multiplying the denominator with its conjugate pair. So if denominator is multiplied, same thing I am doing in the numerator also, so that the question is not changed. Correct? So now see this, what we get. 1 into root 7 minus root 2 is nothing but that same thing, root 7 minus root 2. Now look at this properly. It is in the form of, yes, I hope you have understood, a plus b, a minus b. Look at this identity formula. A plus b, a minus b. What was the formula? A square minus b square. So this is the formula which I will be using here. So root 7 the whole square minus root 2 the whole square. I hope you know from this how do we get this. We are simply using this formula, that a plus b into a minus b is nothing but a square minus b square. Correct? So this will become, a is what? Root 7. So root 7 square. B is what? Root 2. So root 2 square. Correct? Okay. Next step, what will happen? Don't do anything with the numerator. It is root 7 minus root 2. But look at this. Root 7 the whole square can be written as 7. Root 2 the whole square can be written as 2. Do not do the mistake of writing here 49 and 4. We are taking the square of a root. So what will happen is that root will disappear, or simply if you want to understand it like this, root 7 into root 7 is nothing but root of 49, and square root of 49 is nothing but 7. Okay? Any way in which you understand, remember it. When you are taking the square of something which is under root, the only thing that will happen is that root will go off and we will get that number. So we get 7 minus 2, that is 5. Okay? So what is the final answer? Root 7 minus root 2 upon 5. And now look at the denominator. Is this a rational number? Yes. From root 7 plus root 2, which was an irrational number, I have rationalized it to 5, which which is a rational number. Correct? So this is a way you will rationalize the denominator when you have binomial sum in the denominator. Look at the second sum. Exactly same. I am not going to tell you anything different. The only thing is here these numbers will keep on changing. Question is this. Now first step is what? I have to multiply the denominator with this conjugate pair. Now this is 2 root 5 minus 3 root 2. Right? What will be its conjugate pair? Exactly the same number. See, 2 root 5 and 3 root 2. But since in the question it was with minus sign, now I will take with a plus sign. That will be its conjugate pair. Multiply the same thing in the numerator. Okay. So this is what I get. 3 into 2 root 5 plus 3 root 2. And what will happen in the denominator? Same as what we did in the first sum. This is a minus b. This is a plus b. What should be the formula? A square minus b square. So what is a in this? 2 root 5. So I should write 2 root 5 the whole square minus what is b? 3 root 2. I hope you are understanding it. Yes? Okay. Please write along with me. Do not sit and observe the video. Unless and until you write these steps, you are really not going to understand everything. Okay? So 3 root 2 the whole square. Now you have to be little careful while solving this. I'll tell you. See, the next step. What you have to do with the numerator? Nothing. You have to write it as it is. 3 into 2 root 5 plus 3 root 2. Now don't be in a hurry to do and get it wrong in the exam. Let's see what can be done with the denominator. It is 2 root 5 the whole square. Correct? First thing, 2 square is 4. Root 5 the whole square is 5 and they are multiplied here. Nothing written means it is multiplied. 2 root 5 means what? It is actually 2 into root 5. Correct? So I am taking the whole square. So 2 square is 4. Root 5 the whole square is 5. So this will be 4 into 5. Same way here. 3 square is 9. Root 2 the whole square is 2. I hope you have understood this term which I have written in the denominator. Okay? Okay. Next step is what? Write the numerator as it is. Denominator will be 4 5s are 20 minus 9 2s are 18, which is nothing but 2. Since nothing can be cancelled here, 3 and 2 cannot be divided. So leave this as a final answer. So I have got a rational number in the denominator, that is 2. This is what we are doing. Rationalizing the denominator. From an irrational number, we are rationalizing it and getting a rational number. Right? So what is the final answer? 3 into 2 root 5 plus 3 root 2 upon 2. Okay? This is exactly similar to the previous sum. I hope you have understood it. Look at the third sum. 4 upon 7 plus 4 root 3. Now be sincere. On your own you try to do it. And once you finish it, you can again continue with my video and see whether what you have done is correct or not. Try it on your own, please. Let's see. 4 upon 7 plus 4 root 3. First thing is what? Let us multiply by its conjugate pair. I hope everybody got it right. That conjugate pair should be 7 minus 4 root 3. Exactly same number but with a different sign. Plus was given here, so I am taking minus. With this, if I multiply the denominator, I have to multiply the numerator also. Now 4 into 7 minus 4 root 3 upon. Now see this. Exactly same way as we did the previous one. This is a plus b, a minus b. What should be the formula? A square. What is a in this case? 7. So 7 square. B is what? 4 root 3. So minus 4 root 3 the whole square. Right? Okay. After this, numerator you don't have to do anything. You have to write it as it is. Denominator. 7 square is 49. Again this. Be very careful while solving. First thing is 4 square is 16. Root 3 the whole square is 3. So it will come as 16 into 3. Right? Okay. So what do we have in the denominator now? 49 minus 16 into 3 is 48. 49 minus 48. What is that? 1. So even if you don't write the fraction in that fraction as denominator 1, it is okay. So that is what I have done in my last step. Numerator as it is, it has come to the last step. Denominator I got 1, so I am not writing it. Even if you leave the answer like this, it is okay. But better way to write is, I feel this one. So what is the final answer? 4 into 7 minus 4 root 3. Is it clear? Go back to all the steps, revise it and write it in order to understand it. Okay. Now let's see the next question. That is the fourth sum and the last sum of this exercise. See, root 5 minus root 3 and root 5 plus root 3. I am not asking you to do it on your own. There is a slight difference in this sum. Please write it along with me as I am explaining. The first step remains the same. What should be the conjugate pair of this? It is root 5 plus root 3. What should be the conjugate pair? Root 5 minus root 3. Multiply both numerator and denominator with the same thing. Okay. Now just now I told you there is a slight difference in the sum. The difference is here. See this. Root 5 minus root 3, root 5 minus root 3. It is the same bracket which has been multiplied 2 times. What is the meaning of that? It means I need to take the whole square. Correct? It is root 5 minus root 3 the whole square. And look at the denominator. Exactly same as the previous sums. A plus b, a minus b. Formula to be used is a square minus b square. Now this particular sum is having two identity formulas. Now I'll tell you the mistake which maximum students do in the exam. Okay. The mistake is this is root 5 minus root 3, root 5 minus root 3. Same thing is multiplied 2 times. This way of writing is correct. Do not write it as root 5 the whole square minus root 3 the whole square. It is actually root 5 minus root 3 in bracket then the whole square. There is a difference between this and this. See these two formulas, they are totally different. Okay. I hope you are understanding what I am trying to say. So this is the same thing multiplied 2 times, so it is whole square. And this is a plus b, a minus b. So individually a square minus b square. Okay. Then I hope you know this formula. I did not ask you to repeat it. Yes, I hope everybody knows this. A minus b the whole square. A square minus 2ab plus b square. So that is what I am going to use here in the numerator. A is root 5, b is root 3. So what is the formula? A square. So root 5 the whole square. Minus 2 into AB. So minus 2. A is root 5. B is root 3. See this. Plus B square. Correct? B is what? Root 3. So I'll write plus root 3 the whole square. Okay. Write it. Then you will understand it. Right? What is done here? It is A minus B the whole square. So A square minus 2AB plus B square. Look at the denominator. I have expressed it in the form A square minus B square. So root 5 the whole square is 5. Root 3 the whole square is 3. Okay. I hope you have understood all these steps. Yes. Okay. Let us move to the next step. See this. This is what I have got in the previous slide. I have written again. Okay. See this. After this. Root 5 the whole square is what? 5. Now this. 2 into root 5 into root 3. We have learned multiplication of surds. There I have told you this whole number and this surd cannot be multiplied. Surds can be multiplied only when they are like surds. Now root 3 and root 5 are like surds. Both are having order 2. So you can multiply them. But don't do the mistake of multiplying 2 also. This is another mistake which is happening. Mostly happens in this type of sums. Okay. So this will be written as 2 as it is. Root 5 into root 3 is root 15. Root 3 the whole square is what? 3. Okay. And 5 minus 3 is nothing but 2. Right? Okay. Then 5 plus 3 is 8. These are whole numbers. These can be added. Do not try to do 8 minus 2 as 6 in the next step. This is a surd 2 root 15. It cannot be subtracted from 8. You have to leave it as 8 minus 2 root 15 upon 2. One extra step can be done in this sum is you can see this 2, 2 and 8. All are having 2 as a common factor. Do not cancel. Another type of mistake that can be done is maximum of you will immediately cancel this 2 and this 2. That is totally wrong. When you have an expression in the numerator like this, you cannot cancel individually. You have to take common from this. This is a rule. If you want, you write it somewhere. That when you have an expression like this, terms cannot be individually cancelled. You first have to take common from the numerator. So 8 and 2. What is a common factor? 2. Correct? This is what is done. Now from 8, when I take 2 as common factor, 8 divided by 2 is how much? 4. Right? Now 2 root 15, 2 is outside. What will be left inside is root 15. So what we get is 2 into 4 minus root 15 upon 2. Now this is easy to understand. This 2 and 2 can be cancelled. Final answer will be 4 minus root 15. Okay, I have told you so many places where mistakes can be done. The first place is this, that you will write this as root 5 square minus root 3 square. It is the whole square. Use the next identity formula. Okay, this is the first step to remember in this one. Second step is, do not try to multiply this. Root 5 into root 3 is root 15. Don't take this 2 also inside as root 30. Okay, leave it as it is. The next important step is, do not cancel this 2 and 2 like this. Take common from the numerator first, like this, 2 into 4 minus root 15. Once common is taken, then you can cancel this 2 and 2. So these are few important steps to remember for this particular sum. It is an important sum. If it is asked, can be asked for 3 marks. So I hope you have understood whatever we have done today. We have simply done only one Roman question where there were 4 sums to rationalize the denominator. Practice it as many times as you can and complete your notebook. Okay, we'll continue remaining in the next session. Thank you.